Hello everybody, today I want to talk about Venusaur. Okay, before I start talking about Venusaur, I realized one thing. I haven't posted in a while, and the reason is because I had some mic problems. Hold on, let me make sure I fix them. Yeah, okay, they're good. So I had some not mic problems. I had to turn down the volume because if people were being loud in my house. Anyways, it's fine, not a big deal. But I had this recording already done, but I didn't post it and I didn't edit it because it was too quiet, and I got some comments about my last video being too quiet, so I just decided, okay, I'll just fix it. So that's what I'm doing now. So, Venusaur is surprisingly good right now. Now, I mean, let's take a look at the other Kanto starters. I mean, they're kind of bad. So, Venusaur is the only one that's really used. Its current set is this. It's Sleep Powder, Sludge Bomb, Grass Knot, and Protect. So, why would you ever use Venusaur? Well, its hidden ability is Chlorophyll, doubling its speed in Sun. So, if you're running like max speed Venusaur like this, you hit, what is that, 290? Like that's faster than, it's the fastest Pokemon in the game. It's Regieleki. It's faster than Aleki, max speed timid Aleki. So really the only thing that's outspeeding you, like look at this. Venusaur would hits 190. Just pretend this number is 190, and this is 277. So Venusaur actually is faster than Regieleki. And that means the only thing that's going to be outspeeding you is things in Tailwind. And a lot of the Tailwind teams are using stuff like Terra Grass Kyogre. And in cases like that, you might not even want to bring Venusaur because I've also seen some with Grimmsnarl. And anyways, there's a whole thing. Basically, Venusaur is really good on Crydon teams. I mean, it's pretty good on Groudon teams, but I just think Crydon, like if you want to use a Sunset or Crydon's probably better. So a lot of them are being used on Crydon teams, and the idea is that you can lead like Crydon Venusaur and Sleep Powder something that's threatening Crydon. So Crydon, here's how I think of it. It's not necessarily going to be winning you every game. While a restricted like Calyrex Shadow and Calyrex Ice, let's say, these Pokemon are ridiculously powerful. Like they're ridiculous. Like let's just look at this for a second. This is just crazy. This is just ridiculous. Like 165 special attack. Like this is unfair. So Pokemon like Calyrex Shadow usually run Astral Barrage, Draining Kiss, like Nasty Paw Protect, stuff like that. But this video isn't about Calyrex Shadow. So the reason why I bring it up is because you have to understand that Crydon it doesn't have these stats. Like sure it has Orichalcum Pulse, however you say that, I don't know. You have whatever that is. It gives you like a 1.33 repeating times boost to your attack. I mean, which is nice. It's like not super useful. It's not gonna be doing as much as Calyrex and as one, but it's good. Like it's a good Pokemon. But the real strength in Crydon is that it actually sets up the Sun as well. So it's very easy to build a team that looks something like this. And I'll explain my Porygon and Ursaluna here in a second, but this is actually a pretty common team right now. And basically the idea is that you Sleep Powder stuff with Venusaur, and you can use Crydon and Raging Bolt to do damage. And usually Raging Bolt is very offensive. Like it's not, I mean, it's a special attack is good, but it's not going to be like one-shotting things until you Terra Electric Thunderbolt something in Sun, and they're gone. Like they're just gone. They're eliminated from the game. No longer within the bounds of real life, because you just like nuke them with Thunderclap. You can also use Terrafire Flare, but it's like these four are very strong. And that begs a common question: what do you want to use as your last two? And this is a team. I mean, I first saw Robbie use it. I don't know. Other people might be using it, but anyways, this is a team. I think it's Terra Ground on this team. Or not Grass, Terra Ground for whatever reason. But basically, the idea with these two is that you can set Trick Room for the Tailwind that's outspeeding your Venusaur. So these are pretty much just for like Kyogre, I guess, Kyogre Trick Room team, or Kyogre Tailwind teams, Calyrex Shadow Tailwind teams. Like Ursaluna Porygon is kind of just like a two-man combo that can deal with those like annoying Tailwind teams, while Crydon Venusaur can deal with pretty much everything else. Now, being able to stop your opponent before they move and then one-shotting them with like either Crydon or Raging Bolt, it's very good. Like, it's very strong. It's a very strong concept, and especially Incineroar. Like, a lot of them actually run Flare Blitz on this team because Incineroar can actually do damage in Sun. because it's like a stab. Its attack isn't like terrible, so it's actually doing damage. And P2 does do damage surprisingly sometimes. So anyways, so you have these 6 Pokemon. All of them like provide good support and do damage. And Venusaur is kind of the part that hold it all together. Teams like this usually, like, the only time when I've ever seen Cardon, Raging Bolt, and Porygon 2 and Ursaluna on the same team is in this kind of stuff. And that's just because Venusaur really helps the Cardon out with like Pokemon that outspeed it. And, like, it's fast, but when something outspeeds Cardon, it's not too difficult for them to one-shot it, like Calyrex Shadow. But being able to go first and stop Calyrex Shadow from attacking usually give Cardon enough leeway just to kill stuff. So, moral of the story, Venusaur is a very good support Pokemon. So, what is the weakness of this team? Because every team has weakness. There's no perfect team. And the weakness of this team is that Sleep Powder is only 75% accurate. And there's another thing that's less obvious, but I won't get into that yet. Basically, the ability to miss Sleep Powder is kind of what's making this team not, like, super overpowered. So, like, let's say I'm battling Calyrex Shadow, and it's like, okay, I need to hit the Sleep Powder, and then I miss, and I lose the game on the spot. Now, that only happens 25% of the time, which is still very significant, but the thing is, it's kind of worth gambling sometimes, because you're not forced to bring the Venusaur mode every single game. Like, I mean, it's very good. You should probably be bringing it most games, but the Porygon 2, Ursaluna, Cardon Raging Bolt, or Cardon Incineroar modes are also very good. So, I mean, there's like lots of things you can do with this team, but the other thing that's less obvious is sleep turns. So, Amoonguss puts things to sleep after they move, typically. So, like, usually you're sporing something after it is already attacked, which is good in the sense that you get more sleep turns because they don't trigger the auto sleep turn. So basically, if you don't know how sleep works, which you probably do, you get one guaranteed turn, and on the second turn, it starts the counter. I think it's like a 30% chance, then it's like a 60, then it's like a 100. So on the third turn, you're guaranteed. Second turn, it's like medium chance. First turn, it's pretty rare. So here, okay, I'm going to do a better job of explaining it this time. So here are my beautiful drawings. This is a Venusaur, this is a Cridon, this is an Incineroar, this is Cali Shadow. So, basically, you can Sleep Powder the Cali Shadow, so we'll just draw some like dots for Sleep Powder, and then you can KO the Incineroar with Collision Course. So I'll draw a little circle because he kind of spins when he does it. So, now this is a sleep, so we'll draw 1Z for the first sleep turn that it takes. Okay, so here actually I'm going to draw a turn counter in the bottom here. Turn 1. So you put this thing to sleep, and it takes that one guaranteed turn in turn 1. So then you kill this thing if this thing is out of here, and then turn 2 comes along. So let's just erase this one, and then add a 2. Turn 2, and then it takes another not another guaranteed turn. It takes another turn. However, the counter has already started because of the first guaranteed turn, meaning that it's possible, I'm just going to draw a little face, for it to wake up on turn 2 when you put it to sleep on turn 1. While if you have a Amoonguss instead, so let's just cross them out and draw like a little mushroom. I don't know what a Amoonguss looks like. This is my Amoonguss, okay, don't judge. Give him some arms. Okay, you have your Amoonguss here. Let's give him some red. And if you spore this thing with the Amoonguss, and like if you protect Caridon here, just so it doesn't die, and then spore this with the Amoonguss instead, then turn 2 it takes the guaranteed turn, and then turn 3 it has a chance of waking up. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. You want to be like rewarded for hitting your sleep powders, and sometimes you stop them from attacking. Like you set up like with Raging Bull, like if you're running Calm Mind. I don't think this team runs Calm Mind, but like let's say you're even trying to set Trick Room, you lead like Cridon Venusaur, you switch out Cridon for P2 and Sleep Powder, you trigger a guaranteed sleep turn, then they wake up and get a double KO. It's like, it's annoying. So, I mean, I think it's a good team. I think Venusaur is a very strong piece. The only issue with it is that stuff like that can happen, which is unfortunate, but I think even with that, it's still a very strong team. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little rant about Venusaur. I mean, I'm happy that it's good. I like Venusaur. But yeah, I mean, maybe the other Kanto starters will get something, or maybe people will figure out how to use them and they'll be good. I mean, I doubt it, to be honest. But if you wanted to build an all-3 starter team, you could. I mean, remove Incineroar with, like, Blastoise. But okay, I'm yapping. I'm just gonna end it. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.